Hello everyone, welcome on into the video. Before we get into everything, there's a quick survey in the description that's for a future video I'm doing called the 2023 Superhero Movies and Shows Awards. It will basically ask you questions like what was the best superhero movie of 2023 or best actress for a 2023 superhero movie, just basic questions like that. I will be gathering all this information and it will determine what the high and lows were for the superhero media in 2023. If you do choose to fill out the survey, then you will be entered in a giveaway to win 2 free Marvel Funko Pops. It'd be very much appreciated if you could fill that out. Thank you. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking all 37 new post-endgame Marvel superheroes. Real quick, I will not be counting multiversal variants of heroes that aren't in the main MCU timeline, so characters such as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Black Bolt, and Mr. Fantastic will not be accounted for. So without further ado, let's get into it. At dead last with 37, we have Gilgamesh, a superhero who can punch. Wow, haven't seen that before. 36, we have Ajax. I like the surprise shock value of her character dying, but I don't feel a sympathy for her because I barely knew the character to begin with. At 35, we have American Chavez, one of my least favorite characters introduced in the Multiverse Saga. She constantly screams throughout the entire film, and it becomes very overwhelming. Xochitl Gomez does the best she can with the terrible writing she was given, but no hate to her, but she looks nothing like the character from the comics in my opinion. At 34, we have Exiling. Cool set of abilities, but I couldn't relate to her much, and she feels like she's just there just to be there. At 33, we have Echo. Didn't find her character all that interesting in Hawkeye, and I didn't really care for the whole trust a bro gang war in the series. I think it really held it back from its potential. I'm willing to bet that the Echo character will definitely rank higher once her show comes out, but as of right now, this is where she ranks. At 32, we have Star Fox. Star Fox is a really cool character in the comics, so I hope they didn't introduce him just for the sake of doing it. I think he has potential going forward, and I'm excited to see more of Harry Styles' acting, because I actually liked him in Don't Worry Darling. At 31, we have Scar. The CGI and design were terrible, but I'm still hyped to see his future in the MCU. At 30, we have Hercules. I know we only saw a glimpse of him, but I'm still hyped for him going forward. I wish they picked a more muscular actor, though. He ranks higher than Scar and Star Fox because I just like Hercules more. 29, we have Phastos. Cool character, interesting background. I just wish we saw more of him. 28, we have Druig. Cool powers, and I like how he's the most human out of all the Eternals. At 27, we have Kingo, a funny comedic character that was enjoyable. The actor for him played him very well, and I like how they referred back to Kingo in several Marvel projects later down the line. At 26, we have Battlestar, a short-lived character, but I like how Marvel wasn't scared to kill him off. At 25, we have Athena. Having Angelina Jolie in the MCU is great, but I wish they gave her a better character. I do like how Athena turns on the Eternals, though. At 24, we have White Vision. Cool seeing him in live action, but was it really essential to the overall story? Why are they going to kill off Vision, then bring him back a couple projects later? At 23, we have Clea. I know she only made a cameo appearance, but at least she served a purpose in some sort of way. She introduced incursions to the main 616 timeline. At 22, we have Elsa Bloodstone. Kind of wish they picked a younger actress to be more comic accurate, but I still enjoyed this character. It was cool to see how menacing she was, and I liked her interactions with Man-Thing and Jack. 21, we have Utu the Watcher. I wish he was a bit more powerful, but he's still pretty badass. Jeffrey Wright really makes the voice so intimidating, which makes the character all that better. At 20, we have Makkari. I'm so glad we have a new speedster in the MCU, but they really need to put her in more projects. At 19, we have Gaia. She's only here because of her cool powers, but I do like Emily Clark. I don't know how to pronounce her name. If they can somehow retcon her to Abigail Brand, then I would be much more excited for this character. At 18, we have Ironheart. I wish we saw a younger version of the character who was still in high school and not as experienced. I also wish that this Riri Williams had some sort of connection to Tony Stark in some sort of way, but yeah, we have none of that. Hopefully the Ironheart series will fully fix her character. At 17, we have Scarlet Scarab. Her powers and costumes are cool. The actress is also hot as fuck. At 16, we have Red Guardian. Not a comic-accurate character, but still an enjoyable one. David Harbour is a great actor, but I kind of wish they gave him a different role in the MCU rather than Red Guardian, mainly because Red Guardian in the comics is more of a soldier boy / US agent character in the comics, while in the MCU, he's a rip-off Captain America, if I'm being honest. I do like his family storyline, and I like his interactions with Natasha and Yelena. Hopefully, Thunderbolts can do his character justice. At number 15, we have Monica Rambeau. Cool powers, especially especially the ability to stop an incursion. Cool suit, but I need to see more of her to rank her higher. I also don't like how Wanda treated her like shit, and Monica's like...
They'll never know what you sacrificed for them.
At 14, we have Man-Thing, aka Ted. Man-Thing is such a cool character that I'm so grateful to have in the MCU. I really hope he gets a solo project, that way they can give more depth to his character. At 13, we have Miss Marvel. I really dislike the Miss Marvel show as a whole for a lot of reasons I won't go into, but I do overall enjoy the character herself. She can be a bit annoying at certain points and almost too relatable, but at the same time, she's a joy to watch. At 12, we have Sylvie. I know I said no multiversal variants, but I had to include Sylvie because it would feel wrong if I didn't. Sylvie can be annoying sometimes just because of the bad, rash decisions she makes at times, but in the end, she is very broken and has lots of trauma, which makes her all that more interesting. At 11, we have She-Hulk. This is a controversial take, but if you ignore She-Hulk's preachy messages, sexist behavior, frankly, and bad CGI, then she's a decent character. She's very relatable in some aspects, and I like how she's able to balance her superhero life with her personal life. I really hope a future project could fix some of the problems with her character, because if they did, then she could potentially be a great character moving forward. At number 10, we have Cersei. Eternals is a very underrated film, and I consider it to be a top 20 MCU project. I like Cersei's powers as if it was something we hadn't seen with a hero or villain previously in the MCU. I also like how she was a leader and the MVP of that film. At number 9, we have Werewolf by Night. A werewolf superhero was definitely something I didn't ask for, but I'm glad we have it. I like how Ted Russell is basically Bruce Banner. He doesn't like his alter ego, but he knows that he can use it for good. At number 8, we have Shang-Chi, a massively overrated first solo movie if I'm being honest, but I still enjoy the character himself. He's an interesting character with a cool backstory, and I love to see how he ties into the greater MCU going forward, even though it's been like 50 projects since we last saw his character. At 7, we have Mobius. Owen Wilson in the MCU was never something I'd pictured would happen, but I'm thankful for it.
Wow.
I love how Mobius kind of plays both sides, but ultimately wants to do good. For example, he wants to find out the truth and give free will to everyone at the TVA, but at the same time, he wants to preserve the TVA and continue to do good there. I really hope the rumors of Mobius appearing in Deadpool 3 are true, because I'd love to see Owen Wilson, Ryan Reynolds, and Hugh Jackman interact. At number 6 is controversial, but I'm going to put U.S. Agent. The best part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier was easily John Walker. It was cool to see such a vulnerable person turn into the very thing they swore to destroy. John's character arc almost reminds me of Anakin Skywalker's from Star Wars. Both characters really want to be heroes and live up to their name, but are ultimately corrupted by greater power in order to live up to high expectations and standards placed on them. It was also nice to see more mature themes in an MCU project. I really hope they don't make John a comedic character in Thunderbolts, but who knows at this point, to be honest. At number 5, we have Yelena Belova. Florence Pugh nails Yelena, and if it weren't for her great portrayal of the character, then Yelena Belova wouldn't be all that interesting, if I'm being honest. I like how Yelena tries hard to be menacing and scary, but deep down she's a fluffy teddy bear. Her interactions with other characters is also funny and lighthearted, especially with Kate Bishop, which is one of the better multiverse saga moments. At number 4, this also might be controversial, Adam Warlock. I know I might be crazier for putting him this far up in the list, but I love the character from the comics, and finally seeing him on the big screen was just immaculate. His costume looked great, and I like how they tied his origin story to the Sovereign. Yeah, he wasn't in Guardians 3 for too long, but when he did appear, my eyes just lit up. Will Poulter was a great casting, and I'd love to see him get his own spin-off or go up against Kang in a future project. At number 3, we have Kate Bishop. Kate is a really good written character. Her origin story was really interesting, and it was nice to see a civilian's perspective from the first Avengers final battle scene. She's also very likable, funny, and relatable. Another reason I have her ranked so high is because she is exactly what a street-level hero should be. I'm a sucker for more grounded superhero stories, and Kate Bishop is a very realistic character. She has a bow and arrow and knows martial arts. She doesn't have a magical hammer or super strength Riz. She is vulnerable and can be easily defeated by someone such as Kang, but that's what makes her more interesting. I also like how her character isn't trying to preach a message to the audience or tells me how a terrible person I am just because I'm a male. I try not to go there, but it is what it is. Hawkeye is one of the best Disney Plus shows, and I hope we get a season 2. At number 2, we have Daredevil. It's great to finally see Daredevil interacting with other Marvel heroes on the big screen. His No Way Home cameo was actually good and served purpose to the overall story of Spider-Man No Way Home. His appearance in She-Hulk was also pretty damn good, even if it was a little out of place from his Netflix show, which Netflix isn't canon. I'm sorry if I pissed you off there. I'm really hyped for Daredevil Born Again, and I trust that they won't duck it up. At number 1, at the top of the pyramid, we have Moon Knight, no pun intended. We have the one and only Moon Knight in the MCU. I've really been dying to see this character in live action for a long time now, so officially seeing him in the MCU was definitely something. The story could have been better, but I was just happy to be there, if I'm being honest. Mr. Knight was also great to see, even if that specific portrayal wasn't super comic accurate. Mr. Knight and Moon Knight's costumes also translated great to the on-screen live adaptation. Oscar Isaac was a perfect choice to play the character, and I hope we get to see the character return to a future Marvel project soon. That will conclude the video for today. Maybe I could do a villains version of this if anyone's interested. And please go fill out that survey because I think that'd be a really good video. Go ahead, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, everyone.